Hey there, happy Tuesday. I hope you have had a fabulous day. How do you stand out from the crowd? The coaching market is getting more and more crowded, but that does not mean that there's no room for you in it. So, in today's Tuesday Tips, we're going to be talking about how authenticity can be your superpower as a coach. Hi, I'm Meg Rentschler. I am the host of the Star Coach Show, a weekly podcast for coaches that comes out live every Wednesday with a new show for you. And Tuesday tips are my way of connecting with you the day before the new show comes out to explore some tip or strategy to help you shine as a coach. And I usually pull it from something that is discussed in the show that comes live on Saturday, tomorrow, on Wednesday. My show tomorrow is with Master Certified Coach John Sigmund, and we're going to be talking about nature inspired leadership. And what came through in that show, which is so good, and I certainly hope that you are following the Star Coach Show on all the platforms we are on or on our YouTube channel at Star Coach Show, so that you learn from John's incredible journey as an executive and leadership coach. And the key element that I'm plucking out of all that goodness that comes out tomorrow is the concept of authenticity. So, what I want to talk about today is that when we leverage our authentic perspective, experiences, and approach, we create a more meaningful connection with our clients. And that is something that John learned over his years of coaching. And when he leaned into this unique perspective that he has and love that he has for nature, assuming that leaders and executives were all buttoned up and wanting to just go sort of the straight path, when he began to introduce the concept of nature and nature inspired leadership, he was amazed at the connection that that made to his clients. And what that brought out for today's Tuesday tips is that when we align our business with our core values and our strengths, they not only differentiate us in a crowded coaching marketplace, but it actually creates sustainable success. And we're going to talk about why it does that in just a minute. Our clients can sense when we are authentically ourselves and when we're bringing forward something that we truly believe in and believe in the way that that can impact them in their success path forward. And isn't that really what we're doing as coaches? We're partnering with our clients on their success path forward. So when we can do so in focusing on a coaching approach that really means something to us, that we believe in, that makes our coaching uniquely valuable to our clients. It creates deeper client relationships and more transformative results. So there's three things I want you to think about when you think about the power of authenticity and really tapping into that as your superpower as a coach. Number one, I want you to think about that your unique perspective gives you a competitive advantage rather than focusing on competition, focusing on, oh, if that coach is so successful doing it that way, then that's what I need to do. Or if that is what's like, how am I comparing myself to others? And often feeling like I'm coming up on the short end. Instead, when you can get really clear about your distinctive combination, like distinctive combination of what your experience brings forward, what your insight brings forward, and then creating an approach that is unique to you. That is going to set you apart in this crowded coaching market. So embrace your uniqueness and be proud of that uniqueness rather than feeling like, oh, but Sam does it this way, or Fred does it this way, or Jenny does it this way. What is unique about your perspective that will actually draw specific clients towards you, clients that you want to work with? Now, it's okay if Fred and Sam and Ginny have different clients because they are drawn to them. So the very first thing I want you to think about is that your unique perspective is your competitive advantage rather than comparing yourself to others. The second thing I want you to think about is that your authentic self creates deeper client connection rather than you assuming what your clients want from you. When we are authentic, it allows us to form stronger relationships with those clients because they're based upon trust rather than being polished and creating a facade that might not really be who we are. When we coach from our genuine self and those things that we believe in, those values that we have, clients are going to sense our sincerity and be more willing to be vulnerable themselves, to show their real self. That creates psychological safety, which is one of the things that we want to do when we cultivate trust and safety. That's what's really needed for true transformation for our clients. And the third thing I want you to think about today in our Tuesday tips is that authenticity ensures sustainable success. And here's the secret, not just for our clients, definitely for our clients, but also for us. Because when our coaching aligns with our true strengths and our true values, this helps us avoid burnout and it really helps us perform at our best consistently. Our clients are drawn to coaches who feel good in their space, who hold feel good in their skin and sort of hold their space unapologetically. And it doesn't require us to try to fit into a space that is exhausting for us or feels like we are trying to be somebody that we're not. So I encourage you to once again get clear about what do you believe in? What do you believe for those clients that you want to work with? What do you know to be true about their space, about who they are? And then how can you step into that space with them and proudly and unapologetically invite them into that space with you? I know that in many ways, this talk today is much like a Tuesday tip I recently did about tapping into your passion. But you know what? It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up through my interviews. It comes up through the work that I do with my clients, helping coaches thrive and step into their space. So my belief is if a topic keeps coming up in my space, if it keeps presenting itself to me, then it's asking to be presented to you. So I challenge you. How do you need to get clear about your true authentic self? The things you believe to be true for yourself, for your coaching, for your clients. Get clear about those, present those, show up holding those proudly, and those people who are supposed to work with you will be drawn to that. And you will thrive as a coach. Your clients will thrive in transformative um, results. And isn't that really why we do this work? So, this is Meg Rentschler. I'm the host of the Star Coach Show, which is available to you on all podcast platforms as well as on YouTube at Star Coach Show. Do me a favor, follow me wherever you're listening. If you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe. I would love to continue to bring you my tips. There are so many goodies that we have at Star Coach Show on YouTube. Would love to have you follow us over there. So wherever you're watching right now, thanks for being here. And this is Meg Rentschler wishing you the very best for your success. Be sure to grab the new show with Master Certified Coach John Sigmund that comes out tomorrow. Have a great day. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and you take care.